Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Musical Moments. My name is Barry Sames. It's good to have, here we have a small but mighty crew coming on little by little this morning from Katy, Texas, Living Word Lutheran Church. And thankfully, we had a little bit of a hurricane scare, and we had just a little bit of rain yesterday, more than a little, but it looks like everything is passed. So we're glad to be here today for the show. And just wanted to say hello to a few people as we get started. Don't forget to share this with one new friend this week. That's how we kind of expand our listenership and our community here for the Music Moments. Hello to Cecilia Nicholson back in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania, and Rochelle Lamport's listening in today. Hello, Rochelle. Hope you're feeling better. Cindy, I hope I'm saying this name right. Is it Hack? H-A-A-K. And hello to Margaret and Keith Gowan. Nice to see you today. And I see another name here. We have some family listening in from Pipersville, Pennsylvania, the Trogers. Welcome. Mama Thony, I think I'm saying that right, and Mama Thony, it's great. Let me know where you're listening from. Okay, it's a new name it's coming to me, so I'd love to know where you're listening from. Just text me and let me know, and that way you won't be new. You'll be a friend of the show here. Anyway, it's been an interesting week for all of us, and we want to get started. If you listened last week, you had a real treat. We had a trombonist, Andre Hayward, who came on, and we had a real good time. So, and sometimes people think you can only listen live, but you can always go back and check on our Facebook Live at the church and just look at videos, and you can see all of the weeks. They're all documented there. So if you miss a week, you can go back and just kind of catch up if you have a little bit of time. Hello to Carol Ann as well. So I think we will, and Britt Larson just checked in. We'll get started with just something. little bit of a We Are One in the Spirit, and Come Christians Join to Sing. Good way to start out everything. Once again, it's welcome to see some people from the West Coast. Lisa, hello, Lisa Norlin. It's great. I'm sure Lilsa, and there's a double I in there. It is Lisa. Lisa Norlin, great to see you. And please, today's one of those days I would love to hear some requests from people. It's been a long week. And feeling kind of in that mode to get some requests out today. So if you got something for me, please just send it out. You're signing in Spanish, okay? So today we have a special composer of the day, which we'll get to in a minute. His name is William Howard Doan, and interesting guy. We'll talk about him in a little bit and get some of his music out for you. So in the meantime, and we heard from Jason Remmert, and that's a great song. Thank you, Jason. Crown him with many crowns. Great selection there this morning from Crown Him with Many Crowns. Hello to Melanie Padilla is listening again, and also Agnes Kai, welcome back. That's and Sharon Gursky is in here in Katy. So Rochelle asked for some joyful, joyful. Thank you, Rochelle Lamport, for that request. And we are listening in here. We have our Italian friends. Nice to see you again. Carusia, appreciate you. And Patty Junkins checking out. Martha Grant. Oh man, she's got some good ones. And Martha, you always seem to stump me. But if you give me a second one, I'll be glad to give in. What a friend we have in Jesus. And also going back here, I think it was Agnes. Yes, Love Lifted Me. That's a good one. Okay. I heard that one. Well, that's an oldie one. I have not played that in many, many years. Thank you for that request. Okay, let me get one more in here, and then we'll kind of switch gears. What a Friend We Have in Jesus from Craig Trauger. And we actually did this on Sunday, so this is very apropos. Thank you so much. We had some requests for, I wanted to put it out there for, since we're walking into September, just get your brains thinking for some fall, songs that have to do with fall, even though it's still in the 90s down here. We are in fall, so we'd like some requests for some music about fall, maybe in your spiritual life, or just a hymn that reminds you of fall. right, that was for this little light. That was for Lisa. Hope you enjoyed that, Lisa. And welcome to my mother. And I got something in for her. You got to get something in for Mom. Well, my Lord, what a morning, and a little bit of, I think that was a little bit of There Is a Bomb kind of thrown in there. Just kind of, sometimes they just flow together, either by the text in my head or just by, you know, some of the chords and the music and or the spirit of the song. So it's, who can figure it out? But thank you for the request so far. I think it's time to get into our composer of the day. So we're going to jump right over here. Today we have no guest, but we will do our usual composer of the day. And this is truly a composer because a lot of times the people that I pick are, when you think of hymn composers, a lot of times the people who write the hymns, especially, you know, back in history, they actually wrote the lyrics. And you see a lot of times when there may be several different melodies to the same hymn. Case in point, My Hope Is Built. You might hear, My hope is built on nothing less, which is a real common one. The other one, My Hope Is Built, is it's done to the Marines hymn, okay? So, and in many of the hymns, especially the Lutheran traditions and things like that, and even the Catholics, there's many different settings that these poems were set to, and there's a rhythm. It should say 2, 3, and 2, the syllables. So today, the reason I say that is today we are going to talk about a true composer. His name is William Howard Doane, and he is from the Northeast, and he was a true composer who actually was mainly only writing music to the hymns. And so I want to tell you a little bit about William. He was born in 1832. And he died in the early part of last century. William was a manufacturer, inventor, hymn writer, choral director, church leader, and philanthropist. Wow, that's a lot in one. He composed over 2,000 church hymns, more than 70 patents. See, we're jumping around a little bit here because not only was he using his left brain, or his right brain, but he was also using the left brain. He in business, and he invented many patents for innovations in the woodworking machinery. He was born in Preston, Connecticut. He was the 5th of 8 children, and his father owned a cotton company. Unusual because you think of cotton down south, but this was up in Connecticut. He showed talent at an early age, and he became the choir director in his high school before graduating. Then he went to work in the accounting department of his father's company. I can relate to that. My father was an insurance agent, and I worked briefly in there. And it was an interesting experience. It wasn't what I wanted to do, but it definitely was an interesting experience. Although raised in a Presbyterian household, Doane converted to his mother's Baptist faith. He was, as I said, he was a prolific composer. And his most famous collaboration, over 1,500 hymns, was the famous poet Fanny Crosby. Many of you may have heard of her. She was another huge writer of the hymns. And he actually wrote 1,500 of her poems in his works. He also composed, which was interesting, secular instrumental and vocal and choral works, 2 cantatas on the legend of Santa Claus. Definitely a little trivia there. Doane, he was very big, as I said, a philanthropist, and he supported Baptist churches and institutions. Some of the ones his main were Denison University, Moody Bible Institute up in the Northeast, Baptist churches, the YMCA, the Fanny Doane Home for Missionary Children, and other religious and civic organizations. And the last part I wanted to talk to you about with him was he, as I mentioned, he was acted both in business. He had that business savvy as well as being a successful musician. He was actually a CEO of a company by age 34. And today, with all our tech firms and things, that's not as big of a thing. But back then, it was a big success here. The last thing, the philanthropy was across civic, educational, and religious institutions. He died in South Orange, New Jersey in 1915. So I'm going to play a little medley of some of his songs, which are very big in across the board. The first one is a big Baptist hymn. It's called "To God Be the Glory," and then I'm going to kind of do a little medley of "Keep me here near Jesus, keep me near the cross," and "I Am Thine, O Lord." right, so that's a little taste of Howard Doan for you today. I think probably next week we may have a little guest coming in. And if you have a request of a certain instrumentalist, this is our group here, and I appreciate all you guys listening every week. If there's a particular instrument you'd like to hear on my show, just send it in. Send it in with a text or on the show here. We've tried to have a real mix. We had a harpist a couple of weeks ago and trombone, and so we're running. I'm running a little low on some ideas, so some new things. So if there's something you're thinking of, I'll be glad to get it on. So let's, I'm going to switch up a little bit here, something a little more on the contemporary side. This is a song called Because of Who You Are. So apparently some other people like that one as well out there. Agnes has been, it's been on her heart. Kariusia, that song that you're asking for, I will have to get it, I'll take a listen to it this week because I'm not 100% sure of that song. But it will. I'll get it on for you. I promise you. Let me double check my time check here. You get caught up here, and we're okay. We got about 10 minutes left. So how about somebody out there who doesn't request? And I love all the requests, but I get some people that are very active. Some people say, "Oh, I just listen." Maybe one of those people out there, if there's something on your heart that you'd love to hear, and you're just thinking, "Oh, maybe one day he's just going to play it," but just pick up that phone or your tablet and text me something. Let's see if we can do something. We're going to do something a little bit right, guys, that was for, I'm not sure who asked for that one. That was Carol Ann, Mighty Fortress. And I think that's pretty much going to be on our ending here. We're looking good. What a great hour of music, everybody. And just want to thank everyone for your requests, as usual, and some of the new people who came on. Let's remember on Sunday, we have our 9 o'clock service Central Time here. You can always watch the pre-record and also our 10:30, which is live streamed. But either way, you get a great message from the pastors here, and we are just thankful I'm thankful to be able to do this every week. Once again, thanks to the team, Marlon Simon in the back there. He's always here, and Rafi in the back helping me out. You don't always see these guys. Sometimes you may see them on the Sunday, but they have always been here, and I appreciate it. So anyway, until next week, stay safe. If you're in Louisiana right now or along that path, stay safe, and stay safe healthy-wise. We'll see you next week. God bless.